there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the power, control and rebirth of those of you who have Pluto within your 4th house, but also for those of you who have Scorpio ruling your 4th house, so Scorpio on that IC within your natal birth chart. But I also do recommend watching if you happen to have a Scorpio moon, okay? But before we do get into this, make sure that you give this video a like if you like it. Also make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and also make sure that you click that little bell icon in order to keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And one more quick thing to mention, if you would like to know more information all about your Pluto sign, your Pluto house, along with your Scorpio house and your 8th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Scorpio season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Okay, so with all those introductions out of the way, Pluto in the 4th house and Scorpio ruling the 4th house individuals, let's do this. Okay, so if you have Pluto in your 4th house or Scorpio ruling the 4th house or even a Scorpio moon, then what this suggests is that you at your very core, you're an extremely private and secretive person, especially when it comes to matters of your emotions, the past and your childhood. And if anybody tries to talk to you about these things, especially new people that you don't know very well, or if they try to get you to open up about these things and you're not ready, you'll most likely tell them to mind their own business. Either that, or you will subtly create some sort of diversion where you try to redirect whatever is being asked of you emotionally. Heck, you can know someone for years and they still only scratch merely the surface of what lies beneath. And so in this respect, you can be a highly complex and difficult to know individual. Maybe you don't want to address the past because it's much too traumatic and painful, or maybe you deal with emotional repression even, or maybe you even quite possibly have experienced the repression of memories, whereby which you find it kind of difficult to recollect certain things from your childhood. But following on from this point, perhaps you often find yourself trying to investigate the past. Maybe you try to dig up any unresolved issues, especially the types of issues that left you feeling somewhat powerless. Or maybe you continuously try to seek closure in association with events that you remember very little about, suggesting that you can unknowingly get stuck in the past, which can potentially lead to a lot of pain and a lot of suffering for you in the present moment, especially given that you're not overly fond of opening up about these things either. So you sort of sit with your difficult to understand, can't quite possibly get to the bottom of memories, and maybe you feel paralyzed, maybe you feel trapped in your position, as if you have nowhere else to turn, but inwardly really. You've nowhere else to turn but inwardly towards yourself, further implying that you may bottle up so many things as you sort of even at the same time stuff them down as well. And if you feel that anything is unsettling or uncomfortable, perhaps you'd much rather keep these emotions locked in and under control. So with that being said, let's now take you back to your childhood, specifically your home life, and to the relationships that occurred between you and your family members. So, is it possible here, Pluto in the 4th house, Scorpio ruling the 4th house individuals, that you witnessed highly destructive and turbulent events within your family home. Maybe there was criminal activity that occurred, or maybe there were acts of violence. Perhaps family members were secretive, sneaky, domineering, emotionally manipulative. Perhaps reverse psychology was used as a form of power and control, or quite possibly your emotions weren't validated or heard. Now, this could have been a situation where you tried to open up emotionally, but you were met with resistance if it didn't make someone else feel comfortable. Or perhaps you learned from a very young age on how to remain strong or how to control your emotions in order to help other people within your family home. And following on from this point, another example could very well be that you experienced and went through the death of a family member. So this could have been a family member that you lived with, or even a relative, a really close relative to your family. But whoever it was the death of this individual that brought deep sorrow, grief, and sadness for not only you, but for everybody within your family. So having said that, perhaps you as an individual, you coped with the loss of this other family member in a way that was much more hidden and a bit more secluded. Maybe you felt very isolated emotionally. On the other hand, it could very well have been that the death of this individual is what actually brought you and your family way closer together, and it created a much more intimate and stronger bond. Then again, quite possibly, maybe it resulted in a parental figure grieving another individual's loss. And so in the parental figure's disparity, they gave you, Pluto and the fourth house individuals, very little attention or affection. And so the rest of your family, they may have really all felt the real impacts of the grief from another family member. Furthermore, perhaps you witnessed or went through the death of a childhood friend even, but yet your family weren't the most supportive because they didn't necessarily have the emotional intelligence in order to help you, or maybe because, well, quite possibly, you didn't let on in the first place. Another thing though that could have played out may have been that you felt abandoned as a child, like you felt as if there were other children that were seen as golden children, or there were other children that needed more attention, but when it came to you, maybe you were left to figure things out more on your own. Though another form of abandonment could have been due to a divorce that happened, leaving you little to no choice than to live with whichever parent had legal permission. And if this was the case, I'm sure it was exhausting having to go back and forth from households as you listen to parents potentially spitting out so much distaste for the other, and also due to the potential power struggle dynamics that took place. Yeah, I'm sure it was a lot to handle. But taking this a couple steps back here, is it possible that you were considered the black sheep by certain family members? Perhaps there were certain standards that your family held, or certain members within your family held, but then you came along with your troublesome behaviors and ways, and to them you caused a lot of discord and you caused a lot of stress. Maybe they got this impression that you would turn out a certain way, but then you didn't, leaving them shocked and somewhat horrified. But whichever way this played out, Pluto in the fourth house, Scorpio ruling the fourth house, it is you who possesses a deep-seated feeling within yourself that says, but I can evolve higher, and I can transform by rising up above all of this turbulence. See, it could very well be suggested here that ever since you were a child, you have felt as if you've been destined for greatness, for greater things, well greater. And so there's this real inner, deeper feeling of you seeking to pursue your life mission. However, and this is a big however, what you're coming to understand is the sheer power that lies within you. But not only just your personal power, but your determination, your strong will, your passion, and your emotional resilience. Because it's quite possible here that it's these things that lie unconscious inside of you. So in this way, some of you may not be aware of your power as you watch this video. Some of you may still be living in the past, still trying to get to the bottom of everything, investigate everything. And if this is the case, that's your personal and intimate journey, and I really hope that you get the support that you need, because my goodness, you're so worth healing. And also everybody goes at their own pace as well. And also, you know what, others of you may be unknowingly getting caught up in the whole emotional self-sabotage where you're hurting yourself. And again, I hope that you can rise up in this respect. And likewise, maybe there are others of you watching this right now who are still feeling controlled and like you're being manipulated and dominated by other forces that are outside of your control. But no matter what stage you're at, Pluto in the 4th house, Scorpio ruling the 4th house, what you are coming to terms with here is the power of your emotions, with how extremely powerful and profound they can be, and how by using your emotions as an evolutionary tool, you can soar so high where you're not only able to overcome moments that feel like literal death to you, but you can also help others through such moments as well. See, you intuitively know that what lies within you is so compelling, and it's so entrancing. It's the type of force that can awaken the unconscious drives and the motivations within others. So essentially, you really can help aid others on their mission as well. And so you can help other people transform. Now, it could very well be here that your family upbringing is what sparked these intense feelings, whether this be a parental figure constantly trying to remind you that you're so much more stronger and so much more powerful than you think, or whether this be these emotional, stressful events that led to this inner dire need almost to rise up. But ultimately, perhaps for a lot of your life, you've felt this strong emotional desire just bubbling and boiling below the surface, ready to push forward at any moment. And when it does, when you decide that you're ready to rise up, everyone else around you is shocked. They're like, hold on a minute, how did you? I mean, I thought you were this way. Oh, no. They are nothing like they thought you were. Because you, Pluto in the 4th house, Scorpio ruling the 4th house individuals, you operate in mysterious, highly mysterious ways. And when you say you're done with the situation, when you're done with the person, when you're done with an emotional pattern, you're done. And there's no going back. Oh yeah, when you transform, boy do you transform. And there is nobody who can sway or change your Phoenix moments. They cannot change your opinion on the matter. It's safe to say that you've probably went through a lot of difficult to process stages throughout your life, especially during childhood. The types of experiences that might have others in disbelief. But whatever you have experienced, you grow stronger and so much more wiser through them. You can become this unstoppable force where nobody can say shit to you because of how emotionally resilient you are. That because of that emotional resilience that you developed You probably went through so much crisis and urgency, so why on earth would you let the comments or opinions of other people impact you to the extent that they might impact others? Though another thing I just want to mention here quickly is actually an association with your own place. So whenever you go on to have a family of your own one day, so maybe for you, you seek for there to be plenty of privacy between you and family members, or maybe you just seek to have enough privacy within your own home, or maybe you prefer that family members really do protect and defend each other, though maybe as well you seek a family living relationship that is really very intimate and it's a really tight bond. It's a very close, tight bond between members. On the other hand, maybe you want a living space that is much more focused on keeping you hidden and out of sight from other people, or perhaps you seek to be as far away from your biological family as possible, somewhere where you know that you won't be disturbed, so to speak. So for others of you who haven't left your home yet, maybe the family dynamics have resulted in you isolating yourself and kind of just wanting to hide yourself away, even just within your room. Though whatever the case may be, perhaps when it comes to your living situation, intimacy and privacy are very important to you. Though, having said that, perhaps something that you come to realize is how much you and your family have transformed together. This could have been a situation or many situations whereby which you've had to transform with your family, but throughout the process, you've really had to lean on one another. So perhaps you can actually reflect on the past, either on your own or with your family, and just be like, holy crap, can you believe that we went through that? How? And so you start to look back on all of these transforming moments, followed by just this great sigh of relief, but also you start to recognize how powerful you are. Maybe you even manage to get a place of your own one day and you sit on your bed, you sit on your sofa and you think to yourself, how the hell did I get here? Again, showing just how resilient you are, Pluto in the 4th house, Scorpio ruling the 4th house. Though having said that, there is something to make you aware of here, and that is just to be aware of your tendency to dwell in bitterness and resentment, as well as potential anger or jealousy issues, because it's these things that you might take out on your loved ones, okay? And you also might be emotionally controlling and domineering in order to get your way as well. Not to mention, you may also be really terrified and afraid of change. So you may kind of unknowingly stick to the past with this mighty vengeance. Though having said that, perhaps this is all very much a part of your process. It's part of your rebirth, your evolution. So you could have moments of anger, resentment, jealousy, and so on. Then you come out of those experiences with newfound insights and you become much more stronger. And yeah, you may possibly turn to alcohol or other certain things to help you numb the pain in association with difficult to handle emotions. But again, even through these moments, through these experiences, hopefully you rise up and you are reborn. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the power, control and rebirth of those of you who have Pluto in your 4th house and Scorpio ruling your 4th house, and also for those of you who have a Scorpio moon within your natal birth chart. Now if you happen to have any of these placements, let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button, and also make sure to give this video a like, remember. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!